If your business no longer needed you tomorrow, who would you become? Not what would you do. Who would you become? Because there is a hidden constraint that destroys more growth than bad marketing, weak sales, or poor operations. And most founders never see it. They say they want freedom. They say they want scale. They say they want a business that runs without them. But the moment the business starts becoming less dependent on them, something strange happens. They resist it, not intentionally, not consciously, but consistently. And the reason has nothing to do with systems. It has everything to do with identity. Most founders think their biggest challenge is growth. It's not. Their biggest challenge is separation. For years, the founder and the business become the same thing. The founder solves every problem, closes every difficult sale, handles every crisis, approves every important decision, answers every difficult question. And eventually, something dangerous happens. The founder stops owning the business. The business starts defining the founder. Without realizing it, their identity becomes attached to being needed. The business no longer becomes something they run. It becomes proof of who they are. And that's where the trap begins. Anthropologists discovered something fascinating about ancient societies. A hunter wasn't simply someone who hunted. A healer wasn't simply someone who healed. A chief wasn't simply someone who led. The role became identity. Remove the role, and you create an identity crisis. Businesses operate exactly the same way. Many founders believe they are protecting quality. What they're actually protecting is significance. Listen carefully to the language. I just want things done right. I have high standards. Nobody understands the customer like I do. People always mess things up. I'll do it myself. Sounds reasonable, sounds responsible, sounds like leadership. But beneath those statements is often a deeper fear. If I'm no longer needed, what value do I have? The identity trap rarely announces itself. Instead, it appears as behavior. A manager makes a decision. The founder overrides it. A team member solves a problem. The founder inserts themselves. A department starts operating independently. The founder adds another approval layer. A customer trusts the company. The founder tries to make sure the customer still talks directly to them. Every action seems justified. Every intervention seems small. But together they create a pattern. The founder is not scaling the business. The founder is quietly rebuilding dependence. The business moves one step toward autonomy. The founder pulls it back, again and again and again. Not because they want control, because they need relevance. This is where it becomes uncomfortable. Many founders complain about being overwhelmed, yet their behavior continuously creates more overwhelm. They complain about working weekends, yet refuse to let others decide. They complain about constant interruptions, yet position themselves at the center of every workflow. They complain about carrying the company, yet reject the conditions that would allow others to carry it. This is the paradox. The founder says they want freedom, but freedom threatens the identity they've built, because if nobody needs them, who are they? Let's leave business for a moment. Imagine a parent whose children become adults. For years, the parent is needed. Every decision, every problem, every challenge. Then gradually the children become independent. A healthy parent celebrates that transition. An unhealthy parent resists it. They create dependency. They struggle to let go. Why? Because being needed became part of their identity. The business founder often experiences the same thing. The company matures, the team grows, capability increases, but emotionally, the founder remains attached to the stage where everyone depended on them. What should be celebrated begins to feel threatening. The cost is not stress. Stress is only the symptom. The real cost is invisible. Leadership never develops. Decision-making remains centralized. Ownership disappears. Initiative dies. The best people leave. Growth slows. Innovation slows. The founder unknowingly becomes the company's carrying capacity. Not because they're incapable, because they're indispensable. And every system eventually becomes limited by its most protected constraint. Most founders believe leadership means becoming more valuable. That's only true in the beginning. At a certain stage, leadership becomes something entirely different. Leadership becomes creating value that no longer requires your presence. The goal is not to become the smartest person in the company. The goal is to build a company that remains intelligent when you're not in the room. The goal is not to become irreplaceable. The goal is to make replacement unnecessary. There is a difference. One creates dependence, the other creates resilience. Imagine tomorrow morning. The customers are served. The revenue arrives. Problems get solved. The team performs. Decisions are made. Projects move forward. The team performs. Decisions are made. Projects move forward. The business runs perfectly without you. Would you feel relieved or would you feel irrelevant? Because your answer reveals something important. Your biggest constraint may not be marketing. It may not be sales. It may not be hiring. It may not be operations. Your biggest constraint may be the version of yourself that still needs to be needed. And until that identity changes, the business can only grow as far as that identity allows. Every founder says they want a business that runs without them. Very few are emotionally prepared for what that actually means. If this made you uncomfortable, good. That's where the real constraints usually live. Follow systems over people for invisible business constraints most founders never see until it's too late.